ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, artificial intelligence takes over Edinburgh Fringe. Now, let's get into it. The UK has launched a huge vaccine centre aimed at preventing any future pandemics caused by Disease X.
So I'm standing in part of the Vaccine Development and Evaluation Centre at the UK Health Security Agency site at Porton Down. And this is a centre which is pulling together all our laboratory capabilities ready to prepare for, hopefully prevent and respond to a future potential pandemic.
That's Professor Dame Jenny Harries, the head of the UK Health Security Agency.
So Disease X is a term which is usually applied for the fact that we don't know what the next pathogen will be, which will cause the pandemic. We can guess a little bit. We can look at changing epidemiology of different viruses. We can look at changing climate and start to estimate, but we will never know 100%.
A team of more than 200 scientists are carrying out the work at the government's high security laboratory in Wiltshire.
And so what we try to do here is keep an eye on the ones that we do know. For example, so COVID, we are still here testing all the new variants with the vaccines that have been provided to check that they're still effective. But then we're also looking at how quickly we can develop a new test, a new assay that would be used if a brand new virus popped up somewhere, so that we're ready to go with that.
The centre is currently working on what would be the world's first vaccine against Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, a disease that spreads by ticks and has a fatality rate of 30%. The jab is in early stage clinical trials. Looks like artificial intelligence is now taking over Edinburgh Fringe. A growing number of performers at this year's festival are using the technology to generate ideas, a show, a play, or even help with jokes. There are also a string of acts that are using the topical issue of the threat of AI as a source for comedy material. One example is clown Courtney Peroso's show all about a fictional bot called Vanessa 5000. The tagline is, artificially intelligent, genuinely stupid, ChatGPT ain't got nothing on Vanessa 5000. In one of the most ironic stories you'll hear for a while, even Zoom is making its staff return to the office now. According to reports, the tech company is now requiring employees who work near one of their offices to come in for at least 2 days per week. It also looks like Zoom has a somewhat loose definition of what constitutes near as well, as it appears to describe an office within 50 miles of a staff member's home. India's space agency has released new photos of the lunar surface taken from its historic moon mission. The images are from Chandrayaan-3, which entered lunar orbit on Saturday. In impressive detail, it shows craters on the surface getting bigger and bigger as the spacecraft draws closer. The lander and rover are due to reach the surface on the 23rd of August, and if successful, India will be the first country to perform a controlled soft landing near the South Pole. In other space-related news, scientists have come up with a potential new approach to protect Earth from the climate crisis. And it's essentially a giant umbrella tethered by an asteroid. Researchers at the University of Hawaii Institute for Astronomy say that a solar shield tethered to a captured asteroid as a counterweight can be developed into a workable design to limit warming within decades. They suggest it could help reduce solar radiation impact on Earth by about 1.7%, the amount that may be needed to prevent a catastrophic rise in global temperatures. The researchers also claim that this method would potentially be faster and cheaper to build than other similar proposed shield designs. MPs are warning that smart speakers, fitness trackers, home security systems and baby monitors are among devices impacting the growing issue of tech-enabled domestic abuse. The Culture, Media and Sport Committee found that they were being used to monitor, harass, coerce and control victims by collecting recordings and images. According to figures from the domestic violence charity Refuge, they found that of the women and children it supported in 2020, 59% experienced abuse involving technology. The MPs are calling on the government to take action against the issue. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, the latest on that potential Musk v Zuckerberg cage fight. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. Research shows a UK man bitten by a stray cat in 2020 developed a previously unknown and extensive bacterial infection. A study published in the journal Emerging Infectious Diseases describes the case of a man who was admitted to the emergency department with hand swelling, multiple puncture wounds and abrasions, about 8 hours after sustaining bites from a feral cat. Researchers, including those from Cambridge University Hospitals in the UK, discovered a novel species of the bacterium Globocatella that caused extensive soft tissue infection. The man was able to have the affected tissue removed and was treated with antibiotics, which led to a full recovery. A study suggests that areas with lower bird diversity have more mental health hospital admissions. Researchers analysed data from an online database of bird observations by citizen scientists across the US state of Michigan. The team then combined this with hospital admissions for anxiety and mood disorders in the state. The findings published in the journal Geo, Geography and Environment appear to highlight the complex relationship between the disorders and biodiversity crisis. And finally, there's been even more smack talk between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg over that potential cage fight. In a post on Threads, Meta boss Zuckerberg said he's not holding his breath over the clash, claiming he had proposed a date of the 26th of August for the showdown. It follows a similar post by Musk on X, formerly known as Twitter, in which he claimed he was training throughout the day and that the event would be broadcast live on the platform. The latest spat between the two tech moguls follows months of back and forth over a proposed fight, but as of yet, nothing appears to be confirmed. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.